Hello, I would like to introduce you to Salto's Pipelines feature, the home of your release pipe processing inside Salto. First, let's set up a pipeline. You see it's on the left pane, you have the pipeline list and you can create a new one. We will create a demo one. Let's say we have production as the last environment and we have full coming into production, partial coming into full, but then we also have a hotfix environment that goes directly to production. This is how you would set this up. You guys can set up your own pipeline at your own need, and you can actually also edit it at any time. Once we set up the pipeline, we have a visualization of your process. We see all the environments in the process, and per environment you can also with Salto set up your steps inside the environment. For example, if you want each deployment coming into production to have a pull request, you can set that up in the environment settings under version control. So that's setting up your process and looking at it, but let's go into more details. What you can do with the pipeline is understanding what's the current state of your features and how you can act on them. You can see what you see in each environment is a list of a deployment that were deployed to it. This gives you an overview of what is going on in your process and what already happened. For example, all the features that already reached production, they will be in the list of production. Things that haven't reached production yet will be in the list of the lower environments. The show promoted filter gives you the ability to either look at all the deployments in your history over the process, or looking only at the highest environment. If we have show promoted set up, we'll see all the deployments in all the environments. But if we set it off, for example, here we have BizApp 18 and 16 that already reached production. If we turn it off, now we see them also in full because they came from full. If we set it off, we don't see them now in full because they're only interesting in production. For example, this gives us the view that 18 and 16 already reached production, but 19 and 17 are only in full and haven't reached production yet. Another thing that gives you an overview of what's going on with a feature or your deployment is the ability to hover over it and see the trail, where it came from in the process. Here we see that 18 came from partial to full to production, what we intended. If it would come from hotfix, then we would have only hotfix highlighted. Till now, we only spoke about the history, but the pipeline can also show work in progress and show you drafts. If you turn on show drafts, you will have another box between environments or things coming into environments. For example, here, these are stuff coming into partial from outside of your pipeline. For example, your dev sandboxes. And you can see the deployments that are either ready or not ready to be deployed to higher environments. Another thing that we have here, because you don't want to look at the work of everyone, is the ability to filter stuff. First, you can filter by, for example, the ticket number or work item or however you guys work. Then if you filter by name, you will only see this feature. If you want to look at BizApp 19, you will see it in full, and then if we add BizApp 16, it will show us where it's at. We have more filtering capabilities here. For example, you can filter by type, and you can filter by the deployer if you only want to see your work or someone else's work, what's going on. The next thing you can do from the pipeline is actually take actions. we saw that 19 and 17 are in full and not yet in production. We probably want to promote them to production. Here in this example, we see in the draft that 19 is ready to be promoted. So how did this happen? Someone came here, saw it's ready, clicked this button and created a promotion. But let's say now we have 17 that we also want to promote. We have two options. We either create a different promotion from it, or we can add it to the promotion of 19 and do a release of several features together. That's your decision to make. Both options are available. So I think that sums most of it up. We covered how do you set up your release process, how do you see it, how do you get an overview of where features are at, and what's the actions that you guys need to take, what is pending promotion and you need to promote. And all of that you can do with Salto's pipeline.